Hospital regulations. Hospital regulations require a wheelchair for patients being discharged. However, while working as a student nurse, I found one elderly gentleman already dressed and sitting on a bed with a suitcase at his feet, who insisted he didn't need help to leave the hospital. After a chat about rules, he reluctantly let me wheel him to the elevator. On the way down the elevator, I asked him if his wife was picking him up. He said, "I don't know. She's still upstairs in the bathroom changing out of her hospital gown." Okay.
Oh, mercy.
Tip of the day.
Oh.
Some easy ways to save images from Safari. If you're in Safari and you find a picture you would like to save, let me go to Safari. I'm going to share my screen here, folks. Okay, everybody see the screen of my iPad or iPhone there?
Yes.
And so I'm going to go to my iPhone. I'm going to go to Safari. And now I'm in Safari. And I'm going to go to the top and just go to Google and then go to images and say I want waterfalls. Okay. So what I'm doing is trying to get some pictures on the screen. There I have a picture of a waterfall. Okay. Once you locate your image, long press the image. And it comes up with a little display box there at the bottom. And you can save that image in your photos. Well, that was pretty cool, Bill. Right? You can also copy and paste that image. So let's say I find another waterfall picture. I press and hold. And one of the things there says copy. Instead of save photo, I'm going to copy it. Now that particular picture is on something called I call it the magical mystical clipboard. You can't see, feel, or touch it, but it's there and your picture's on it. And it's just begging you to save it somewhere. So if or paste it somewhere. So if I go to notes, for example, and start a new note, and press and hold the cursor, and then I go here and it says paste. I click paste and there's that picture. Okay, so that's a couple of easy ways to save a picture from Safari. One is to save it directly into your photos. The second is to copy and paste it somewhere. Now it's still on the magical clipboard. So if I went to my mail and I started a new email and I want to let everybody know I just had this wonderful picture, right? I went to messages. Don't go to messages, Bill. Go to mail. Mhm. Start a new email. In the body of the text, tap it and paste. And there's that picture in an email. Okay,
Bill?
any questions on copy and paste?
Yeah, I
Yes,
have a question. Would it work with text? Also, you started to do text and then not did it. Would it work for a text?
You're saying you have some text that you want to copy in Safari?
No, what I'm saying is, would I be able to, just the way you sent it in an email, would I be able to send it in a text that same way?
You mean a message, you mean a text message?
Yes,
I
yes.
was gonna try that, but I don't think, I'm gonna try. Yeah, there it is.
Thanks,
So-
good.
Did exactly the same thing. I started a new message. I went into the area in the message where you would normally type text, and I just tap it, and I tap it again. Now the cursor has the word paste above it, and I paste it. Was there another question about that?
yes, Bill.
Go ahead.
Are the properties pasted along with it, or is it by the properties, I mean, where it
Good
was
question.
taken, the size and all that stuff?
I don't think the location is copied with it.
Okay,
Okay, so for example, if you paste it in Facebook or something like that, I don't think the properties are with it.
okay,
Um, Jim, try the technique of a picture, you know the properties are with it, and send it to me and I'll check it out. We'll see.
okay,
All right.
okay.
So tip of the day is, and Jim's going to send me that. We'll be able to answer that question. Where are we? Ah, yes. Apple Maps. Let's see where that is on my screen. I don't see it there. Oh, we'll go to the phone. There it is. Okay.
Oh, is that what that is?
So some of the basics of Apple Maps. If I tap it, it comes up. And it has a little bullet or a little dot there on the screen that shows you where you currently are, right? The blue dot. Now you can reposition the map by just swiping it and going different places.
It also had a listing for parked car. Is that your car?
We'll get to that one.
Okay, all right.
No, mine's just a different kind of map, not a map showing the houses.
I know. I'm switching maps here. All right, let me show you what I mean. Ann said, well, I don't have this nice picture of, taking a picture of where I am overhead. There's a little globe up here in the right-hand corner. Tap that, and it has different images you can have. And try the Explore one, and that will tell you, that will be more like what you normally are used to seeing. Okay. Again, I tapped the little map in the globe in the upper right-hand corner. Now it's a little fold-out map up there. So it changes the icon depending on which of the items you chose to use as your view.
Where are you tapping again?
Say that again, please.
Oh, where were you tapping? You said the upper right corner, and I'm now, I think, up there.
Right here.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay. That's why we're here. So you can zoom in and zoom out. Well, if you could do this, right? And move around by just sweeping your finger and get back where you are, you hit the little arrow up there on the right. Just hit it briefly and it takes you back or centers the screen on where you're currently located. And you can squeeze your fingers together on this screen to zoom out and squeeze your finger together or apart to zoom in. We can go clear back to the globe. And then I'll hit the little arrow. Well, it's not going to do it. And then you can zoom in on that little dot. Okay. So far, so good. Pretty straightforward.
Is there any way of getting the photos without all of the text about, identifying grocery stores and that sort of thing?
Say this again.
Um,
What's your
when you go in to see the actual photo, it's identifying
Oh,
things like the
no, no,
UPS store and that sort of thing. Is that, or tax collector? Is there any way of getting rid of those things?
you're looking at here, you mean? And it says Lexus dealership.
Right, only in the photo. Is there any way when you actually go down and get the photo of the place, is there any way of getting rid of them?
I'm not sure your question.
When you have the photo of, if you go to the photo.
I don't have a photo right now, so I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
where
Okay,
where
fine.
where you're coming from with the.
The labels are leading me to, well, how they mess up photos. That's what that's.
Oh, you tapped Lexus Sarasota
Mhm.
and it came up like that.
It's not showing you the place. Oh, there, okay. Is that,
Okay,
okay?
and you see the little line there?
Uh-huh.
If I just pull that down or just tap somewhere else again, it will go away.
Okay.
Okay, so over here's BMW. And I tap that. Here's Lamborghini, and right, and there's the photo of everything. And if I tap outside that little car icon in my case, it should go away. All right. Now you can rotate it by turning your fingers like this. And if you tap the little arrow, it will reposition. So I turned it and then I tapped the arrow there at the top. That's true north. And now it's back to the position it was before I turned it. So that little arrow there at the top is kind of good for you. Just tap it a couple times, see what it does.
And what does it do?
If I turn the map so it's not true north anymore,
Yeah.
and then I tap the arrow and then tap it again, it reorients it.
To point to north.
Right there is north. See
Okay.
the arrow pointing north? I'm not sure what that one is, but So if I turn it, see how the compass shows up on the screen? And I just tried this. I just hit the compass or the little S there, and it reoriented it back to where it was.
Why does the compass disappear?
Because now it's true north. I think that's why it does.
That's so interesting. I 50 years I've lived in a house that I thought was true north. And this doesn't show it. It shows this is north northwest.
Wait a minute, Bill.
You're just gonna have to change the position of the house, Ann.
But Bill,
Yes, sir.
you said that arrow points to true north.
I'm not sure. I've been tapping it. Now
that-
it's true.
That's true north there. Yeah, that's.
I
Bill,
think.
is that true north? Okay,
Yeah, I think so.
okay.
And then if I hit the W, looks about the same. No, rotates this on Sawyer. That's going west. That's pointing west right now. That's what the W stands for.
So is that arrow pointing north? This arrow? at the
Not
top?
now. Not now.
Gosh, that's confusing.
Now it is.
If you press on the dot that says parked car, you get a picture of your face.
I'm not going there yet. Oh, boy. I like everybody's attitude here of poke and hope. See what it does. If you tap the blue dot where it says park car, gives you the address near you.
No, it doesn't. It gives your face.
Well, it gives you my face because that's what I told I live. So the next thing is, what if I want to see some other location? If you tap the little search bar there at the bottom, see it? It says search maps.
No.
You don't have it at the bottom of your screen right here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Have me
Thank you.
worried for a minute. If I tap that and I type in, I don't remember. Main Street. In Berlin, PA. And I tap that. Shows me where Main Street is in Berlin, Pennsylvania, which is where I grew up. And if I want to get a street image of that, up here where the folded map is, if I tap that, then I'm going to go to satellite view. And then I can zoom right into Main Street in Berlin, PA.
Where did you tap for satellite view again?
That was up here.
Okay. Oh, I
If I tap that, I get some selections: satellite, drive, transit, and explore. And then I switch it back to explore. You get that view.
And how does the drop down list come in?
Drop down list.
The ones where you're tapping in the upper right. I'm looking at a picture and it just says done. Yes, that the arrow and the little folded thing.
You have the folder thing up there?
No,
Nope.
What's it say on your screen?
says done.
Tap done.
Oh, okay. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. There it goes.
Good.
Oh, okay.
What if you wanted, let's go back to my home here. I'm going to do a search again. And I'm going back to Sarasota, right?
When you're in the satellite view, how do you get rid of the circle that shows you where you are?
Just move around, move the map around.
I mean, I'm actually looking at the photo and the circle is still there. I don't know how to get the circle out.
What circle are we talking about?
If
The
you
blue?
if you
The
move
blue?
into see the top of where you are, if you see the satellite photo and you move in and you're actually seeing the picture, right. And if the satellite photo is giving you a circle of the exact address, if you move into the right, if you come closer, okay, there's a big circle on mine. I don't know how to get rid of it. You have a little circle.
I'm not sure about that one.
Okay.
All right. I'm now in Sarasota. I'm going to tap search maps. And I want to know where Trader Joe is. Trader, Trader Joe's. Now, I can tap one of two things. I can say Trader Joe's, tell me how to get there, or just Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's nearby, I tap it, and it shows me where Trader Joe's is.
Well, I'm lost again. I don't know how you got back to search.
Well, tap the arrow there in the upper corner, up there, tap the arrow, it takes you back to where you are.
Actually, mine just has it doesn't have that arrow. Wait a second. I tap the arrow. No, it doesn't. I have that arrow
Mhm.
up there. And I tap the arrow and all it does is move it around. Moves the map around. It doesn't take me to where I can ask for Trader Joe's.
Okay, hold on. Is there an X at the bottom,
Yes.
right? Tap that.
Yeah.
Now you have a search screen come up, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, and I got rid of directions. It's so funny because it's put my house in my neighbor's house. And it says it will take
Which
me 2
address?
minutes to get down my street halfway.
There's-
I don't
Now you
trust
can-
this thing, Bill.
Say again?
I don't trust this thing. It put my house at my neighbor's house.
No, I'm not going there right now.
Okay, and it said it was only it said it would take 2 minutes to get about 5 houses down the street, which is crazy.
That's assuming you're walking. We'll get to that.
Well,
in a
I
minute.
guess, yeah, that's right. It could be because I'm walking.
Okay.
Bill, the other thing is, this is the Apple map, right? And it, on my block, it's identifying things. And it has my corner listed as a Starbucks, and the Starbucks hasn't been there for maybe 15 years. So I'm questioning how accurate this is.
Good point.
You sure it's not still there?
Nope, been empty for, I don't know, at least 15 years.
I'm not sure why Starbucks didn't tell Apple about it.
I should look at the other stores. This is a block that half of the buildings have been empty for years.
Okay.
So I will look at the rest of them and see whether or not they're accurate.
They're just not up to date because my
I
street
know.
isn't up to date.
Those maps are usually 1 to 2 or 2 or 3 years old, for starters. If you zoom in your car, it's not going to be the car that might, or in your address. I noticed when I zoomed in the last time, it had my the car I bought several years ago, or I sold several years ago.
That's
So there's-
true.
The
Yeah.
maps aren't real time, and people get that in their head. Wow, doesn't have my new car there, it has my old car there. And some streets that are just been built for like when they were working on Honore, Southern Extension here. It, I used to drive it and I'd be driving in pasture land. So Google Maps, Apple Maps are not necessarily 100% accurate. Now, I just tapped search. And it brought up the whole screen, filled the screen, right? And down here is a bunch of nice little features. Right? If I want to get the gas stations or grocery stores or parking or bars. So I'm going to go for restaurants there, and I'm going to just tap restaurants. Then it backs out the map and shows me a bunch of restaurants all over the place. For example, I know there's a Gecko's right there. Doesn't have all the restaurants. So don't, right? And if you keep zeroing in, oh, there's Rendezvous. There's about 4 restaurants right there in that block.
Bill, this is Jean.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. I'm understanding everything you're saying, but when I first got on and looked at my maps, I do not have the globe up in the upper right of my maps. And so I have 16.12. I'm wondering whether I don't have the latest version of maps.
Yeah, you should be okay. Hold on. Let me go back to maps here.
Okay.
What do you have up in the upper right-hand corner?
I have the arrow and the car above it.
The car above it.
I
Ooh,
don't have 3D or that globe. So I didn't want to
There's-
interrupt.
Let me change it to.
See, I don't get a chance to change the map.
See,
as
this
easily.
one, this one comes up like this.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I never got a
Okay.
chance to change it to satellite view.
Tap tap the little object up there in the upper right. And you should come with explore, driving, satellite, or transit.
Okay, touch the arrow, did you say?
No, touch the icon that's above the arrow.
The car. That's all I have. I have a car above the arrow. I don't have the globe.
No, touch it, tap it. Tap the car.
Tap the car. Oh, okay. So that's easy. But how come I don't have the globe that you have? Is
We'll
there?
get there, we'll get there.
Oh.
Tap explore. No, tap satellite,
Okay, tap the
and then you'll
car,
have the globe.
tap satellite, which I did. Oh, it's very dark.
Now I
Close
know,
it, it lightens. Oh, now I got the globe. Thank you very much.
I love the excitement.
Well, I was like, geez, maybe I have the old version. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, where do you change that? All right. I want to point out one thing that's not in my directions here. Okay, I'm looking at my satellite view. Still looking at my satellite view. And I want to get directions to a particular place. So I want to go to coffee shops. I'm going to tap this coffee shop, right? It says it's 15 minutes driving. See where it says 15 minutes driving on mine?
Yes.
And it's from my location, and I tap go. So I tapped driving. And you'll notice it says I can get it for driving, walking, transit, or bicycle, or ride share. Then I tap driving again, and I can say go. And it will give me directions step by step to get there. So let me go through that again. So I'm back to my normal map with just the big blue dot on it.
Or hazards you see along the way. Head west on Money Lane, then turn
And I want to get directions to Ann Ross's house. I happen to have her address in my contacts, so I typed in Ann, and I said, I want to go to Ann's house. So there's Ann's house. Wow. And it says down here, takes me 17 minutes to get there. Must not be any traffic out there today. And if I tap the car, and then I tap go, it will give me directions to get there.
Where is the car that you tapped? Is that the thing under the globe?
No, down here at the bottom.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. And then I say go.
Starting route to Ann Ross's home.
Did you get that?
Head northwest on Buckingham Street, then turn left onto Northridge Road.
Did you all hear that?
Yes.
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 Okay. And it will give me step-by-step directions to get there. Questions so far?
Yes, Bill. I know this is silly, but I would love for you to, because I'm watching you on the screen and trying to do it on my phone at the same time, and I miss things. So
Okay.
if you could just go back and just do the steps one more time, I'd appreciate it.
Not a problem.
When I'm putting an address on a map, I get the map, but how do I get the view of the street? So I have the same sort of problem.
You want street view or satellite view?
I want street view. I've actually
Okay.
got the map. It looks like a map, and but then how do I go from there? I don't have a
Okay.
satellite view. I just have the map.
I'm going to switch mine to maps. It's called Explore.
Mm-hmm.
There's the street level view. Right?
Uh-huh.
All right. And I want to go somewhere. Where am I going this time? Somebody give me some place to go to.
Go to, oh, see, go to downtown to the ballpark,
Okay.
main park.
You see, right now, there's a search bar there at the bottom on my screen. So here's where I start. And I tap the search bar. And what's it called? What's the ballpark called?
Ed Smith
Anybody
Stadium.
know what is it?
Ed Smith Stadium.
Main park.
Ed Smith. There it is. So did a search for Ed Smith Stadium, and I'll just tap where it says directions. And it gives me 3 different routes to get there. And I can switch the route by tapping on any of the alternate ones. It says 27 minutes if I go down on Array. Right? But I'm going to go back and see if I can just take the normal one there. No, I don't want to add a stop. I just want to. There we go. Okay. And then I tap go. Once I've got the one I want, I tap go. Now they do have some other features there called avoid, and I can avoid toll roads if I want to, etc. It's a long trip. Or major highways. What's now? Oh, I want to, okay. And I want to drive it. I don't want to take my bike or a transit. I want to drive it.
Starting route to Ed Smith Stadium.
And then I tap go.
Starting route to Ed Smith Stadium.
Lane, then turn
Head
left.
northwest on Buckingham Street, then turn left onto North Road.
I don't like the way it's taken me. because that particular intersection is really bad. But anyway. Okay. So far, so good?
Right.
Say again?
Yes.
Okay.
A question, does it give you things like bus directions or subway directions if you're in a city that has buses and subways?
I was pointing out to you, let me do it again.
Okay,
And route. And get rid of Ed's Miss Stadium, and I'm going to search for Publix. Okay. And I'm going to go to one further away. Go to one on Bee Ridge.
what is Publix?
That's our local grocery
Oh.
store chain.
Oh, okay, fine, thank you.
That's okay. And you'll notice it has a car there. If I tap the car, it gives me the directions to get there by driving. And now if I click where it says drive, the little arrow, it says, do you want to take, and I imagine the city you're going to have transit, or something like that,
Yes, yes,
or bus or whatever.
bus and subway, and actually there are ferries that take you as well.
There you go. And you pick the one you want.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Bill, I have a question. What do you think now means?
I have no idea. I tapped it too, and it says, what if I want to go there this day? And apply. It's still the same directions. I'm not sure.
I think what it'll do is it'll look at the traffic at that time of day. So if you're going now, it'll give you a different route than if you went at a peak travel traffic time.
But it doesn't know what the traffic's going to be. I mean,
No, but it doesn't apply quite as much when you're driving. But when I was in a city and it was taking transit, it would tell me the bus when the buses are arriving.
there might be a different transit schedule depending on the day you're doing it.
Or the time of day you're traveling.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Bill. We country folks here don't know those things. And to get rid of it, you just tap the X's there at the bottom to get you back to the main screen. And now you're back to your main screen. There's a cool one here. Let me go to Tampa Airport. And I'm going to tap Airport Terminal. And if I zero in on this, it's supposed to start giving me places I can eat in the airport, and I don't see it here. And let me go to DFW. Terminal A. And look at this, right? It gives me places I can eat at the airport. Like I can go to the Dallas Cowboy Shop. And various other bookstore.
Why would they have a Dallas Cowboy Shop in Florida?
No, this is DFW, Dallas Fort Worth Airport.
Oh, okay.
You're right about that one, though. So you get the idea? So they even give you directions on airports. So you know what terminal you're at, etc. Any other questions on maps? There's a lot. Oh, find my parked car. Okay, I just need to make sure you have that feature turned on. So let's go to settings and maps in settings. And you put your preferred travel type there, for example. You can say, I want spoken directions, so you get that. Tap in and put shared ETA, because I want to cover that in a minute. Okay. Wow. Restaurant ride booking. So I guess if I tap ride share, I would get Uber to come up. It would open the Uber app and I could make a reservation. But there at the bottom, it says show park car.
So how do they do that? I mean, what do you do that they can tell you your car from any car?
Phone with you, when you have your phone with you and it's Bluetooth to your car.
Okay,
And you're traveling and you stop somewhere and you get out and start walking, it records that you have changed the mode of operation. You're moving much slower. And so therefore they say, oh, that must have been a parked car you were in, or you left your car. I'll show you where that is in parked car.
oh, wow, okay, interesting.
Yes. So if you go to maps and I turn off terminal and I cancel that, we had parked car there, didn't we, a little while ago?
Right.
Show park location they have.
And there's parked car. I just typed in, right? And it shows me where my car is. And then I can get directions to it. So if you parked your car in Disney or SeaWorld and there's 7,000 parking places, this is what you would use to find your car again. Or you go to the movie show at one of the theaters with a huge parking lot. And you had such a good time at the movie because it was so good you forgot where your car was. This will help you find it. Now, there are a lot more features in maps. Those were the basics. The book I sent you, a booklet. And I need to show you one other feature. And it's called share your location and estimated time of arrival. Right? So I'm going to go back. I'm in maps here. Turned off my parked car, canceled that, and I'm back to here, right? And again, I want to go to Ann's house. So I'm going to go to Ann's house. I'm looking for the right thing here.
Hey Siri, find my car.
Find
Okay, here's your parked
my
car.
car.
Hey, Bill,
Yeah,
on my iPhone, when I,
At the time, what do you have?
Bill?
I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay,
And then
my app, Find My
11.
Car, when
Oh.
I click on it, it says unable to install my car locator. The app is no longer available in the App Store. And at the bottom it says keep or delete. What does that mean?
Are you
And
using the Maps app or are you
okay.
trying something else?
Yeah, we eat it. Well,
Jim?
Yes, it's for, it says,
Hey Siri, cancel directions.
Hold on. Let me mute some folks here. Hold on.
okay. I just lost it. Somehow or another it's gone. Well.
Okay, Jim, try it again, please.
It's no longer present. The app has disappeared.
Okay, I
How
don't
can I get
use
it
the
back?
app. We're using just the Maps app here.
I got the Maps app, but my car locator has gone.
That was an application you used to have?
Yes. Is there a way to get that back? I've forgotten how to do that.
If it's not on the App Store, it won't work with probably the current, it
Well,
won't work with the current operating system.
but you have it on yours apparently.
Say again?
Don't you have on your iPhone the My Car Locator?
No,
You do not.
I do not.
Then why did we turn that on in the maps then? If you're not going to be able to use it.
We're using that feature within the Maps location, within the Maps application. It's not a specific independent app.
Then how do you get this? You've got show parked car selected in the settings. So how do you find that car when you're looking for it? If you don't have the app to find it?
You go to the Maps application.
Yes, okay, go to Maps application. Yes,
And you scroll, well, let me get it here. I've got to switch my gears here. And I got it a minute ago. Uh, I type in the search bar parked. There are a couple other ways to get there, but, and then it says you tap that and it shows you where your car is.
So type in the parked car and then select that.
Right,
It shows where my car is.
correct.
Okay, well, all right, so that makes some sense. Then. So.
Hey, Bill, how do I get the recents off here? I got two I can't get off.
Where are you getting recents?
I hit it and the X comes up, but it doesn't delete it.
No, see where my screen is? I have recents there, drop pin, da, 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 at Smith Stadium. If I drag it to the left, you can delete it, I think. There we go. Well, won't delete. Yeah, it's deleting
It
them.
won't let me drag it to the left. You'll have to hit the X first.
No. I'm just dragging it to the left and deleting them. You know, this is another lesson for everybody. If you look at my screen, here's the recent places I've been. And I went to Stony Brook Golf Course at Christmas time, which tells you that Google is keeping track, or Apple is in this case, of every place I've been for a long time. Waterfront, restaurant, shoe store, and right. Look at all the different places I've been to, or I asked for directions to over time.
Is it only places where you've asked for directions, or are there other places?
No, these are all Core Steakhouse.
Bill, what's a dropped pin?
What's a drop pin? If you go to maps, you go someplace and you press your finger on it, it puts a pin there.
Oh,
Now I got a drop pin there. And I'm going to get rid of it. I think I'm going to get rid of it. So that's the way you drop a pin to at some location.
okay.
Once you started a trip, and let's say you're on your way home and you want to let your spouse know or someone know you're on your way home, and they want to know the ETA. Once you've started turn-by-turn directions, so let's go, again, I'll go to Ann's house. I know that works. Okay, and I'm going to start. Okay, and I tap go.
Starting route to Ann Ross's home.
And see
Turn
where,
northwest on Buckingham Street, then turn left onto Northridge Road.
see where it says share ETA on my screen? When I've started directions, I can share ETA. And let me share it with Ann. There's her phone number. I'll just tap it. And now I've sent Ann Ross, hopefully, that I'm on my
Yes, you
way.
have.
And it says when I'll get there.
Incredible.
I thought that was a pretty cool feature.
Says you're gonna get here at 11:22.
There you go. Okay. Now, the pamphlet or booklet that I have sent you has a lot more individual features. It has a great index in front of it. Okay. But it is an in-depth guide to Apple Maps. Now, many of you are going to say, well, I use Google Maps, so that works too. And they both probably have all of these features. There's one that I use when I'm on trips called Waze, W-A-Z-E. I happen to like that one because it's crowdsourced, meaning that when people see an accident or see a particular event happening on the road, what they do is they're using Waze as a map, and they just tap a little button and said there's a car on the left, a car on the right, there's an accident, car stoppage, whatever. There's 4 or 5 choices you have when you're using Waze. And it's really good. And if you're if you're headed to a place where there's a lot of congestion, one time I was coming home from Disney using Waze. I was on Route 4 and it asked me to get off the interstate Route 4 at Lakeland instead of going to 75 intersection. And I said, okay, and it gave me directions to avoid the traffic congestion that was on 4 and 75. So I was coming home again, same trip, and it said I was in the middle, I was at Jungle Gardens. And I said I wanted to go home. And it started taking me back streets in Tampa. Well, it was about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it was helping me avoid major traffic jams at the 5 o'clock hour. So if I want to go to Mission Barbecue, I could tap that real quick. But again, you type where to, and Tampa International Airport. There you go. It's going to cost me $2.08 now to go across the bridge.
Wow. So you recommend that over Apple Maps?
When I'm on the road, I prefer it just because it's easy to use, and if I'm having traffic issues, I get warned about it quickly.
Okay,
Apple
good.
Maps may not be as much up to date on traffic congestion.
Okay. Thank you.
Why do you have to pay 208 when it says 150?
I think that's going the other way there. I think that's going the light one versus the dark one.
Oh, no, you're paying to go over the bridge.
That's the
Yeah.
You don't do that when you go the other way.
Yeah, 150.
Yeah, but there's I think it's taken me a different route where there's other
208.
tolls. That's the only thing I can figure out there, Ian.
$208.
Yeah. Interesting. There must be other traffic tolls somewhere. There's a police officer. Okay. And then I just say start drive and it gives me directions. Okay.
That couldn't possibly be what it would cost you in gasoline, could it?
No. Yeah, right. Let's see, how much a gallon? $3 a gallon, and a gallon will take me 20 miles or 20 or 30 miles. It's going to be $2 when I get to 30 miles.
That's exactly right.
Gee. Okay. I want to switch gears now. Any questions you have on maps?
Nope.
Okay,
Oh, can I ask you something?
sure, go ahead.
You said you sent some information about the app. I didn't find it. Where did you send it, or how can I find it?
I sent you an email.
Okay,
Check your email.
okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay. And it will contain a link to get the, here, I'll show you the book. I'll turn off screen share for a moment. If you're looking at me, it'll get you this book.
Oh,
Unfortunately, the book cover is green and therefore it's looking right through it. The book cover is green and Zoom is taking care of, but it looks like this. And it's a lot of things.
I sent you
found
no,
it.
Phil, that.
Say again?
I didn't get
think
the
I found-
links.
I didn't use the what, Bill?
I didn't get your link this week, so just resend it would be helpful.
Okay. If we talk about widgets, if you look at my screen on my iPad, these are the widgets. They are always a little bit bigger than the normal application icons. Here they are on my iPhone. I only have one there. And a widget gives you information from a particular application. This one's from the clock. This one's from the weather app. And this is from the light bulb or the tips app. And this one's from the stocks application. Okay. So that's what they are. And the reason I have them there is I like that size clock. I like to get weather from what's going on in San Jose, because that's where my son is. I like to check out tips, and I like to check out these three stock items frequently. So that's a reason for them. Now you have widgets. Widgets come to you from various applications. So you have a set of applications on your device, and you can add those information from those applications, and they're updated real time in a widget. So if I would happen to get my applications, so now I'm going to show you how to add a widget, let's say to your iPhone or iPad. And I'm going to get both of them to wiggle. And I get them to wiggle by pressing the screen. In a blank area, and they start shaking. Okay, and if I hit the plus sign, that says I want to add a widget. So I strike the plus sign and up pops the widget screen. Now, for example, if you wanted to add the clock, you would click clock here. There are widgets from a lot of different places. If I wanted to add them, I'm going to try. I haven't tried the mail widget, so I'll do that one. So I click on mail, and it comes up here and shows me a sample of what I'll see on the widget. And these little dots here at the bottom give you an indication of you can have it in two different sizes, basically. I think that's the smaller size. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Right? That's the smaller size. That's the larger size. Some of them have 3 different sizes. And then all I need to do is tap add widget. And I can see my email then.
Where did you get the sizes again? How did you know they were sizes?
I got 2 of them. Okay, hold on. I'm going to delete them by hitting the minus sign. How did I get 2 different sizes? Again, I'll review it. We tap the plus sign. We tap the plus sign. We select the category or the widget we would like to get. Let's say it's news. Ooh, and this one has a bunch of different sizes. And I can get the different sizes by putting my finger here on the screen and dragging. Right, and I can get that size. That's, whoops, that size. Different view. Get the idea?
They all say iPad or?
Well, it depends on how you have the news app set up. Mine I have for you as a category. And so I could get them for that. Let me pick a different app. We'll go to photos. And I could have that size. Okay. Okay. And it shows me different pictures of different albums, for starters. So let's pick that one. And I tap add widget, and there it is on my screen. And you're going to say, well, Bill, what if I don't want pictures of waterfalls? I want pictures of something else. Well, then I think this will work. I haven't tried it yet, but it usually does on the widgets, where you tap and hold the widget and it says edit. So I tap edit. Come on. Nope. Again, I told you I haven't used this one. Edit on home screen. Son of a gun, won't let me change it. So I'm going to remove it. See where it says, I'm going to go back and choose a different widget. Now you may have a different list of widgets here than I do. So if I go to the weather app and I choose which one I would like, it says my location services is turned off for weather. That means I'm not allowing the weather app to know where I am. And I don't want to drag you through that one right now. Let's pick the clock, right? I'm just going to pick the first clock there and say add that widget. And it says that's the time in Cupertino. That's where Apple's located. And if I press and hold that app, I can change the city in which I want the time. So I'm going to leave it at Cupertino. That's the time where my son lives. Just like the weather app I have up there, I can edit that and change the city where that one is. Okay. Anybody able to put a widget on your screen?
Yeah, I put that same one you did with the Kentucky. I think it's News, ESPN, and it's taking up a whole screen and pushing everything away. How do I get rid of it?
I'll make the screen wiggle, and then you can hit the minus sign. So what Ann said was she went to the widgets and she went to news. Is that what you chose?
Yes.
It shows one of these big things like this one. Okay. And she said add widget. And it's taken up quite a bit of space.
Yeah.
And you can tap the minus sign and remove it. Doesn't change the way the app works or anything like that. It just it removes the app.
You can't get Sarasota on the clock.
Right. You have to pick something like Tampa, probably.
Bill?
So
Yeah.
when I do that, try and get rid of it, I'm going to hit the minus sign, it comes up, remove news widget. Removing it will not delete any apps or data, but you can't make it a different size widget, which is all I wanted to do. How do I do
Right.
that? Start
You
again.
have to read it and add it as a different size.
So I have to get rid of it first.
Oh, we don't even have Tampa. You have to get Miami.
Well,
Did you?
Yeah. You have to pick a city that you know is in your time zone.
Bill,
Oh.
hey, Bill,
Yes, go ahead.
it seems to me that previously the widgets were things that were several apps combined. Like 3 or 4 things into one icon. Is that not correct?
That's not correct.
Well, what was that? That was 3 or 4 of them together. What was that called?
That's a folder.
Um,
You mean like I have on my screen there on the iPad where it says talk or text? Is that what you're talking about, Jim?
No, 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 no. It used to be that one of these widgets here, there were little dots along the side here, and you'd click on the bottom one, next one, up, 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 like that. And you change the app that you were using.
Isn't that a stacking? You stack the widget?
Yes, stacking of the apps
Oh,
widget.
stack the widgets.
What?
You stack them. I haven't done that in a while. Let's see.
Well, what is the difference between a widget and an actual app? I don't see any difference here, except for the size.
Now I've got two of them stacked.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Isn't that a widget?
That's a widget, but it's stacked, yes.
Stacked widget. Okay, why have a widget? What does that do? What is that different from an app?
Nothing, except if you'll notice on the stocks, the one there, I could just look at it and I don't have to go to the stocks app. I know NVIDIA is at 213. Or I know the temperature is 39 degrees in San Jose. I don't need to go to the weather app to do it. So it's a time saver, if you will, giving me information that that app is collecting for me. Okay,
Bill,
yes,
when you first press the plus sign, where it's add widgets, the first thing that's there is something called Smart Stack. And it says something about that it rotates the apps or something.
there you go. I haven't tried it.
See, it says automatically rotates the widgets to show the most relevant information. So maybe it just goes through all your widgets. Or
Well, in this case, it will probably go through my pictures. I don't know. So let's add it, see what it does. So there's one. So it's going through a series of widgets. I haven't worked on how to control that, but
Got troubles now.
okay.
So maybe if you did that on the weather app, it would talk about like hourly weather or for the week, or maybe it will rotate through all the different categories of the weather app or something.
I could stack multiple weather apps and do it. I'm not sure if I go to the plus sign. That's a good thing to play with, right? I don't know why it picked the particular apps that are in the Smart Stack. But there must be a way to control it. I've got a different Smart Stack now. For dumb people. Now, those of you who are beginners out there, we're on a more advanced topic than you need to worry about.
Whoops.
So there's the Smart Stack it wants to give me now. And again, Jim, it's just a shortcut. Saves you time. You don't need to go somewhere else and get the information.
Okay, I just can't grasp what would be the purpose of that, though. It just seems like it's sort of.
Well, if I have this, I'm going to put the stock market one on my phone. Right. So I'm going to add. There it is. And just add that one. suppose I'm busy during the day, and now I know what NVIDIA is at any particular time of the day without going to the stocks app and doing a search or anything. It's continually being updated.
Well, maybe that does make a little sense then.
Okay. Like the weather one on my iPhone there is the current temperature.
How do you remove the small?
How do you do what?
Remove the small. If I have,
you
the
move
clock, I
it?
have two clocks. How do you
Say again?
how do you remove the small one? That's
Move it?
Yeah, remove it. If you have a large one, you don't need the small one too.
Correct. So you make them shake and hit the minus sign.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You removed the big one too.
Just-
You removed the big one too.
You can remove any of them.
Well, you remove one, it removes the other one. Moved them
No.
both. It removed them both.
It removed them both for me.
Yeah, it removed
When
them
you
both.
make them shake and hit the minus sign?
Yes. You-
Yes.
Okay, I've got.
Oh, yeah, it did.
I'm not sure what you're saying. It removed multiple ones.
It removed the small one. When we made the big one in there and then we went to remove the small one, we hit the minus sign on the small one and it removed the big one too.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna add it.
And it
I
says
don't-
there is data saved from clock, it's saved
So
in
I'm
health.
gonna put the other weather app out there. Where is it?
Well, they may have removed the actual app instead of the.
Driving is on.
Don't have the clock at all.
Big brother is watching you.
What do I got? Stocks. I'm gonna put stocks up there twice. We're gonna make one bigger. Okay, now I have two apps up there the same, right?
Right.
Yes, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
And if I hit the minus sign on one, you say it's gonna delete the other?
On
Yes.
the small one.
I just deleted the big one and it didn't delete the small
No,
one.
but delete the small one first. It'll be the big one.
Where do I add the big one? It shouldn't make any difference, but perhaps you never know with those guys in app. Whoops. Stocks. Whoop, whoop. How about a really big one? There we go. If I delete the small one,
Yes.
the big one's still there.
And well,
Didn't work with the clock.
sure didn't work with the clock. Do it with your
Joe, I think
Bill.
those people deleted this clock app, not the clock widget. Perhaps.
No, because we didn't want to delete the widget. We only wanted to delete the small one.
Right.
So
Now
we hit the
have-
minus sign on the small clock and it says you have to go to
Just a-
help.
Just a minute. You mean the really small one?
Yes. Can't get it back now. I don't have a clock.
Okay.
I don't either.
You're not deleting the right thing, folks. I see what you've done. Let me get, okay. Are you talking about the one in the lower right hand, the one that says clock, or the big one?
The
The
little one.
little one on the right-hand side, the bottom
Okay,
row.
that's app, that's not the widget. And so when you tap that one and you say delete app,
It's gone. And it deletes
so-
both.
Both of them are gone.
well, I bet they'll both be gone because one's the source of the other.
So how do we get it back, Bill?
App Store.
Now we come to a lesson on how to get things from the App Store. You ready, everybody?
Yep.
I just deleted the clock app. by mistake. So I've got to go to the App Store and get it again. So I'm going to click on the device where I removed the app. So I'm going to click on the App Store. It goes to the App Store. You click search. And then I want to find the clock app. CLOCK. And I just tap, it says clock. And you'll notice that there's a little icon. Here's the clock app. And we all should be able to find that. But mine says there's a little cloud on it. It says, I have deleted it. It says, by having the cloud there, that I've had it on my device and I chose to delete it at some time in the near past, like 2 minutes ago. And I click the down arrow and it reopens it on my device. And there it is, son of a gun.
Bill, can you do that on your iPhone?
Same exact process, Ann. Go to the Apple Store.
Or, excuse me, 11.
Where's the Apple Store?
35. Yeah.
Sarah wants you to sign in with your Apple ID.
Yep, Apple ID and password, perhaps. And I go to clock. And it says I have the clock app on my device, and I can remove it. I will do that. Here it is. We'll make them shake. And it says delete app. Are you sure? Yep. That's different than deleting a widget. So then I have to go back to the Apple Store. And there's the cloud pointing down. And it downloaded the clock app again.
So you can't make it big because if you
No,
delete
now
the
it's
big
not
one,
a widget, it's an app.
so you can't delete that small one. You have to have the small one and the big one if you want the big one.
Well, you can, okay, yes, I see what you're saying. Hold on. Okay, there it is on my home screen, right? And I want to put a big one, not a small one. Okay, so I get them to shake. I add a widget. I'm going to go to my clock here somewhere. There it is. And that size. And I tap add widget. So now I have that size and I have that little one. And you're saying, well, gee, I don't only want the big one, not the little one. But I don't want to delete the app. In the past, we talked about something called the App Store or the App Library. And they added that about 3 or 4 iterations of the operating system ago, so that you could delete an app from your home screen or remove it from your home screen and continue to have it on your device. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to shake and I'm going to tap the minus sign. Let me do it so you can see what I'm doing. And think, there it is. See the little dot on the screen? I'm going to come down here and up here. I got too many things running. Okay, I'm going to tap the I'm going to get them to shake, tap the minus sign, and it says remove from home screen, not delete the app. I do not want to delete the app. I want to keep the app, but I don't want it on one of the home screens.
Let's
Remove it.
Not sure I understand.
And now that app's no longer there, but I still have the app on my device, and therefore I have the clock up there. And I'm going to change the location that says Cupertino. I would rather have the time edit widget. And I want to make it, and again, they didn't have Tampa, so I'm going to make it Miami. Okay. Okay. I'm glad, Ann, I'm glad you made that mistake because it gave us an opportunity to see that you can restore the app that you got. And then you can remove it from the home screen and still have it on your app library. And if you'll remember one of the sessions ago, we did this. We swept from left, whoops. We swept from right to left, right to left, right to left, and one more time, and it gives you the app library. And if you can't find, I can see the clock app there, but if I tap app library, it gives me the list. If I tap the text at the top where it says app library, and I tap that, it gives me the list of all the apps. And I'm hoping clock is down there somewhere. There it is. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Bill, when you started in the widgets, did you go on settings first, or where did you start with all this?
To get to widgets,
Yes.
you get the screen to shake. And then you tap the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh.
Upper left-hand corner, I mean. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Mhm. After 10 years, a wife started to think that their child looked kind of strange. So she did a DNA test and found out the child was not the father, her husband's or hers. She told her husband what she had found out. The husband replied, "You don't remember, do you? When we were leaving the hospital, the baby pooped, and you told me to go and change him. So I went inside, got a clean one, and left the dirty one there."
Gee whiz.
And you ladies are all saying, yeah, he would do that.
Oh, mercy.
Oh,
Did you hear that
mercy.
joke?
No.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
All right,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, what's next week? Let me check that. Easiest way is here. Oh, Safari and Google search are the subjects next week. Okay,
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Yeah.
have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
any
Thank
problems?
you.
Have any, oh, by the way, before you go, I wanted to do one more thing.
Thanks, Bill, from Texas.
Pardon me?
Thanks for everything. We still on yet?
Yeah, stay on for a couple minutes here.
Okay.
I wanted to show you one other thing. And to make sure you all had this. Since I have a little time with you, am I in your settings?
Hmm.
So I'm going to go to my contacts. So if you would please go to your contacts. And if I'm not in your settings, so check. If I am, good. If I'm not, please do the following. Hit the plus sign in the where I'm pointing in my iPad. And I'll do the same thing on my phone. Hit the plus sign.
You gotta reshare your
put in-
screen.
Oop, am I sharing my screen yet? Sorry, thank you, Bill. Okay. So right now I'm looking up here and I'm seeing my iPad. You hit the plus sign. The same thing on your iPhone. If you hit the plus sign, it should say add first name. And if you could fill in the information that's on your screen, on my iPad screen, Bill Crow, that phone number, and that email address.
What's the phone number?
Okay,
Hey, Bill,
941.
941-441 5158.
Yeah. Okay, now.
Email is WT Crow, CROWE.
I got it.
Okay.
How do I get the edit? Okay, edit. Okay, what's the phone number?
941-441 5158.
Yeah.
5158.
Email address
You
WTC
need the middle part, 441 in the middle.
WE at Verizon.
5158.
hey, Bill,
Yes, Bill, just Jim.
I sent you an email and you were going to check your email picture that I sent to you to see if it shows the properties or not.
941
Could you do that?
5158.
Okay, I have to do that to here. Oh, it's already in the phone.
What do you want to know? Yeah, shows your picture.
Okay, does it show does it give the properties of the picture?
Oh, I gotta save it first.
Oh, okay.
Well, it does show.
Oh, let me do it on I have to do it on my iPhone or iPad here. I'll do it on my iPhone.
Sure. Hold on. There's Bill Crow. I think I have him. There, I got that. This time, I don't think I have.
You have to hit edit if you want to do anything.
Okay, I had a phone.
Add a phone.
But, you know, you can repeat that tonight.
Once you do that,
941.
Okay.
441 5158. Then you have done up top.
You know, just in case. I had this email or something anyway. So I thought I had something.
you know what I have, it came in by, I don't know, it said Siri found an email and it's a different address than the Verizon net.
Leave that one. No, do it Verizon.net, not the Gmail one.
Okay. No, I did do that, but Siri, I was saying, why did Siri come up with the other one?
I know you don't.
Oh, it does that.
You could download that on your Mac.
Mhm.
And then go to your Mac to read it, save it, because otherwise you just use a lot of them.
And the other thing is, how do I get your initials to be BC instead of CB?
What'd you put in my first name? Did you put my first name in the first field?
Yes. I think there's some place where you can choose whether they're first or last names first, and
Correct. And you
I'm
must
not-
have it chosen where you show last name first. It's in
Right.
settings.
okay.
I have to go look at it. Just a minute.
It's WT, not BT. William, not Bill.
Contacts, okay.
No, I didn't get it, Jim.
You don't get the properties.
I do not get the properties.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Richard Brewer is-
Okay, my sort order says last first and last first, so I don't know why you're,
So, yeah, your sort and display order, change the display order.
they're both, the
General-
same. They're both last first, so I don't know why. They're both last first, so I don't know why
That's-
I'm getting.
That's why it goes CB instead of BC.
Well, not a
Oh,
board
oh,
meeting, so
oh.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
somebody ever-
okay. Sorry, just realized last and first, all right, had it back.
Bill, I had the opposite experience. When you were sending the picture, Jim sent you the picture and you couldn't see the properties. It may be in the way he sends it. But my daughter was taking a trip from Mexico back to Seattle. And when she sent me a picture of where she was, I could see the properties on that.
It's interesting.
I don't know what's different.
Send me that picture, would you?
Go ahead and see if you recognize a phone number or anything. The insurance agency. That was the old insurance people, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was, I think that girl
Yeah.
over took it over to Timbuktu.
I think it
Everybody
is.
have me in your contacts? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And Bill, are you sending me a picture?
I was just gonna see if I could find one that had the
That
contact
one's
info.
okay. The one you know has it, that you got, send it to me. I won't show anybody.
I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, okay.
I think,
Sandra Brookshire.
I think a lot of
Places
35
almost across the
millimeter.
street from Bonnie's.
I think a lot of photos taken on a 35mm camera come through without the properties.
Put them in the previous ones.
And if they're taken with a smartphone, you very often do get the properties.
I sent you a text of one I know has properties in it.
A text? Oh, a text. Oh, getting complicated now. Mhm. So I'm going to download it. And now I have it in my pictures.
We're not seeing it.
Oh, where'd it go? There it's coming. Really? Come on. Ooh, what date was it? Did it get stored in mine according to the date? Wow.
And she play with the boys.
I was thinking, oh, wow.
That was a live photo, Bill. You sure it had properties with it?
It was taken on Bainbridge Island with an Apple 13 with wide angle lens.
Okay. And I just downloaded it.
And my daughter took live pictures, so
And I did get the data with it and where it was taken. So Jim,
Yes,
is he still on? Maybe he's
Yeah.
gone. No,
I'm
he's
here.
there.
here.
Jim, that one came through with the data. Is the one you sent me have the data? When you sent it?
I assume it does, but I don't really know that for a fact, I guess.
Yeah.
How would I find that out on my iPhone?
if you're on your iPhone, Jim, if you view in photo the picture and you touch the letter I
Okay,
along
wait,
the top,
all right, let me do that. Okay, so wait, I got that. Okay, wait a minute, let's see. So I'm going to touch the picture and touch the eye. Where I don't see an eye.
At the bottom of the screen?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay. And so then what? I see what?
Well,
you
you
get the
should see,
data on the film, on the picture.
you should
So
see
what?
location, coordinates, everything.
All right, let me see.
You want to know what I see? By looking at the picture, I can show you that.
All right. It says the date. And it has, yes. It shows.
Shows the
South.
date is, mine shows that the date is today and nothing else.
Okay, mine shows what it says is main camera 24 millimeters, focal length f1.78, 12.
Yeah, that's, okay, and that's not what I got, so there must be a setting for that somewhere.
It shows a picture of where it was made too.
Yep, I know, but I didn't get any of it.
You didn't get that. Okay, well.
I did not.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a little homework we can do for next time, folks. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Yep,
Thank you.
take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.